Hey sailors, welcome to the crew. I'm Sailor Janda, and this is my Let's Play of Rule the Waves 3 as the United States. It's April of 1944. We are at peace. Tensions are moderately high with Japan, and I'd be pretty willing to fight them, but otherwise we're basically preparing a more modernized fleet for the carrier age. Just looking through to see which ships have electro-optical directors and which don't. And there's pretty much all the battleships have them now, but and one battle cruiser, but the most modern battle cruisers are all lacking them, so we'll see. We're probably going to be cutting down to 8 and 4 in terms of surface capital ships, just in recognition of the fact that their era is kind of coming to an end here. However, they were still pretty much the decisive factor in the last war, so, you know, don't want to be too premature about that. Once we've got these two Ticonderogas finished, what we're going to do is, I'm going to just deny it, I think. No, what the heck, just probably won't break the alliance. Once these two Ticonderogas are finished, what we're really going to do probably is we're going to make sure we've got electro-optical and dual purpose and etc. refits on all the ships. And then we're going to look into building a really big battleship, probably as a last hurrah. And we'll get rid of the Minnesota class. Maybe the Illinois class as well. Although they've done very good service. They're still quite nice, but they're showing their age as well. Not as much as the Minnesotas, but okay, Frederick and Intrepid are commissioned. Captain O'Neill has connections with the company producing our rangefinders. He's contributed materially to it, but also made money out of it. Yeah, let's just buy the company out. We got the money. Okay, so now we have money. Because Intrepid is complete. We need to refit the Constellation class. Or possibly to scrap the Constellation class, but we don't have a successor yet either, so... You know what? Considering how few battlecruisers are around in the world, I'm going to make the decision, I think, to... And these are quite old. I'm going to scrap USS Constellation and Constitution, and I'm going to only modernize Independence with dual purpose, with electro-optical director, with radar. And that'll about balance everything out. No, it's not a battleship. Still not a battleship. Okay. And then, yeah, Constellation and Constitution have done very good service for us for a great many years, but although to be fair, what, 3 battles in the history of Constellation? Although she did very good work in these 2 battles against the Russians. Not bad there either. So, yeah, USS Constitution has quite a few battle stars, actually. Considering 1, 2, 3, 4 battles with the Russians. And 2 quite recently with the Brits. Which she survived both of, barely. Anyway, yeah. A sad day, but those ships are both over 20 years old, so it's not that surprising that they've reached pretty much the end of their useful service life. And then the United States class is more modern, but they do still need electro-optical directors and to be fitted out with the latest radar, which they can just about manage that, actually. Okay. This class will be keeping for another, 10 plus years. Congress and the last Constellation, we might look into replacing with a new pair of ultra-powerful battle cruisers. We'll see. Okay, how are we looking otherwise? We're at 9. We're replacing all of our cruisers up to the level I want. We could stand to have more destroyers, but we're not in a terrible place. I'd like to be at 80, though, so probably more Pattersons as soon as we can afford it, which we can pretty much afford it, actually. Considering that USS Antietam will be complete next month. Also, we need to resume work on Salt Lake. Actually, that's one too many Charlottes. Oh no, because Rochester is still here. Okay. Yes, let's just copy and paste air groups onto her. Fantastic. Yes, we're losing a ton of money this turn, but that's fine. Antietam's been commissioned. We have nothing to fear from Austria-Hungary. Okay, we can't afford all this month either. I'm just going to immediately pause Salt Lake City again. She's going to be very delayed, but that's alright. We don't have any training on or anything anymore, do we? No. Air group. We are going to copy onto Antietam as well. So we have all 4 of our 100 aircraft carriers on the way to being operational now. Not sure if we'll keep the Langleys for very much longer at this point, but we'll see. I don't know if we have enough carriers yet to be able to just toss them out. Okay, Japan and Austria-Hungary's alliance is over. Forgot that existed. 6-inch dual-purpose mounts. Not bad. No, and the budget is stabilized. That's good. 1 month, and those 3 rebuilds will all be complete. Okay, our treaty with Germany's expired. That's fine. Essex, United States independence, all reconstructed. Ships are finishing working up. Ooh. And our first light jet fighters are ready. Offerings from Lockheed, Martin, Boeing, and Republic. Well, they're very similar in speed. The Boeing's a little slower. The Lockheed has the longest range, but the worst maneuverability. Overall, I think I like the option from Republic. Highest speed, lower range, but it's got the full suite of... Well, what about Martin? No, it's got worse range even. So, yeah. The full range of firepower, maneuverability, toughness. It loses a little bit of range, but it's pretty good on everything else. So, I'm going to pick the Republic option. Okay, we need to finally get that heavy cruiser finished. And then, alright, right now we're only building light ships, which is fine. The Charlottes all have electro-optical directors. I'm not going to bother refitting Rochester with one because she's going to be replaced as soon as these are finished. So that's, I believe, all of the capital ships in service have electro-optical directors. All of the heavy cruisers do. We need the light cruiser flotilla, the 9 of them that survived the war, to be refit with electro-optical directors. And how much would it kill us to have dual-purpose main guns? Quite a lot. But it would be nice. Probably better to go for radar, though. That'll come in more handy than the dual-purpose guns, most likely. If I throw the entire light cruiser force in at once, that would probably be bad. Hold on, let's do like 3 at a time or something. Although I can afford to do more, but let's do another 3, and then the last 3 will be needed on foreign station, frankly. Or at least like 2 of them, maybe. Yeah. Alright. So that's that. Now we await all those rebuilds completing. Antietam is worked up. Submarines. Submarines are, well, do I want to build submarines for the Naval Secretary? Not really. But he'll cut my budget if I don't. What's half that number? 8. Damn. High strength allied steel hull. Increase in submarine survivability. Fine, I'm going to build some submarines just for the precious Naval Secretary. They're going to be the cheapest submarines available, though, because he didn't... maybe they have to be real SS, I'm not sure. I'm not building long-range ones just for him. What? Oh. I don't think that's even true. It says tonnage on foreign stations is fine. Calm down, President. Did that just say our scientists were close to breakthroughs on lighter than air naval aviation? It sure does. Why? Sirs, it is 1944. No one is using, well, lighter than air naval aviation. Oh, we do have a shortage of tonnage on foreign stations. All of a sudden. Okay. USS Salt Lake City is going to be the most delayed ship I've ever had. Good evening, Silver Knight. How's it going? Revolution. We should just bombard them immediately. Okay, we'll join an international squadron. I'm not looking to start a war quite yet. Large shrapnel AA shells. Limited AA capability to heavy main guns if used. Questionable, to be honest, but worth a shot. Alright. Okay, 4 Cincinnatis have just finished. I'm going to toss them all onto foreign station. or the first 3, and then these 3 can get rebuilt. Fantastic. These Winslow class destroyers are quite old now. We need probably... they still do the job, honestly, though. My research on armament is on high, although I only... Okay, there's a question about armament. Yes, it's mainly in order to unlock better tiers of guns, because the penetration difference between a 0 quality and like a +1 or 2 quality gun can be pretty substantial. There is a possibility that I might build ships with 18-inch guns soonish, because I'm thinking about building a really big battleship, but I've never been totally convinced by them, so... For the most part, the reason armament research is on high is in order to get better quality versions of the guns, yeah. There's been a collision between one of our ships and a British ship. Britain's fault. Guided bombs for medium bombers. That's a breakthrough. Okay, we're getting money built up again. Everything is getting towards completion or has been rebuilt, etc. So that brings us to the question of what is next. We are going to need more carriers. We could also probably use a wholesale replacement of the entire Winslow class at this point, but they're not that bad. I think what we're looking at is... Okay, I could decommission the Minnesota class and still hit 8 battleships and be the biggest battleship force in the world easily. And maybe I will soon. Shouldn't there be other research set on low to compensate? To a certain extent. I mean, a couple of things that I really... I mean, I guess one thing that I really don't care about is on low, but high is still better than medium as such, so... It is useless if you put everything on high, obviously, but it's essentially just prior. See, none of these things, you don't really want to neglect most of this stuff unless you really don't intend to use it, because like there's nothing that huge for a long while in machinery, but all these 1% weight savings really add up over time. You could probably put it on low and nothing horrible would happen, but right, so what I was saying is the Minnesotas are on their way out. The Illinois will be on their way out, but I need 3 more battleships first. And these are going to be proper. I haven't decided quite yet if I'm going to put 18-inch guns on. A new constitution, so we just scrapped the old one. Oh, why did this just change to a... Did I select battlecruiser? Maybe it did. Vermont class. Okay, put it back to Vermont. That's unique. Right, yes. These are going to make 27... Actually, hold on. What did the last class have? 14-inch belt, 5-inch deck. We might stick with that, but... And 12 16-inch guns in 4 triple turrets. Now, we have the research that... Crikey. I want to do plentiful peacetime missile storage, apparently. Right. We have good, properly working quadruple turrets. Like, we're advanced enough in tech for that. So that's also a possibility. Might not kill us to try 18-inch guns, though. Let's see here. They're terrible 18-inch guns, that was the thing. Like, at 10,000 yards, our 18-inch guns penetrate 15 inches of deck, or of belt, 1.3 inches of deck. At 30,000 yards, 6 inches of deck. The 6-inch guns also penetrate pretty much have equal penetration. Now, the 18-inch guns do a lot more damage, but I don't know. I'm not convinced. I think maybe we just go for quadruple 16-inch turrets, 14-inch belt, 6-inch deck, all or nothing. Yes. Unit machinery, range, freeboard. Best torpedo defense possible. Heavy, heavy secondary armament. But don't bother with these tertiaries. But do pile on as much AA as money can buy. Assume that's the best radar we can, yeah. Best radar we can get. Do we want to bother with this seaplane or helicopter hangar? I think no, honestly. There's certain scenarios where it might be useful, but we have a lot of radar now and such. A couple of seaplanes. Helicopter could be a little more helpful, actually, but we'll probably be fine. Okay, so then the only question is, how much does this weigh? 70,000 tons. Okay. Now, hypothetically speaking, what if I wanted to arm it with 18-inch triples instead? More. I don't think it's worth it if it weighs more. 18-inch shells do hit harder, but they don't really penetrate significantly more, at least not with the quality we've got. Although it almost feels a waste to build a 70,000-ton battleship that doesn't have 18-inch guns. We have pretty good 17-inch guns. That'd be a weird caliber to use, but we do have good 17-inch guns. That's true, I literally don't have a yard big enough to build this. But I could fix that fairly quickly. I almost I've forgotten to be obsessive enough about shipyard building. I mean, if I built it with 17-inch guns, then we could just about figure it out. Although it's weird how much you lose there. We are actually probably going to need bigger yards. That or I settle for something like this. But this isn't even that much better than the Pennsylvanias. It's just faster and a bit heavier armed. Not that that's that bad a thing, really. I mean, is there really... It's not actually economical to build a super, super battleship in the modern era. I was mostly doing it for the memes. What if we built a 62,000-ton battleship that makes 27 knots and has 12 16-inch guns? Plus a 6-inch belt. And a backup fire control position. Full AA suite and all that. Okay. You know, maybe this is more sane, really. Like, yes, I could build. Well, I actually couldn't, but I could shortly build something 70,000 plus tons, but like, we are entering the end of the battleship era here. The most important thing is that it's fast. I'm going to go with this. Oopsies. Don't have enough money saved up to afford the design costs. Okay, give it a month. There have been a lot of people shot in hunting accidents in this Navy. And I keep firing the people responsible, but it doesn't stop people from doing it, it seems like. I mean, statistically, how many captains shoot each other in hunting accidents? Yes, it's been 60 years, but still. Okay, now by the time that design is ready, all the Cincinnatis will be done rebuilding. The new San Franciscos will be finished. And there'll be enough budget free, hopefully, to actually build them. Look at that, Britain's actually building. Oh, we knew Britain was building a battleship, didn't we? 64,000 tons. Oh, that's true. I was originally planning to build something that topped Magnificent. I bet Vermont will be at least equal to Magnificent, really. Yes, Secretary of the Navy will be delighted with our submarine building program, no doubt. Oh, damn it, Des Moines. Okay, cruisers reconstructed. Not selling this to them because we might be at war with them soon. I am, however, going to start expanding our docks again because apparently it's suddenly a problem again. Hainan. Damn, we've entered the decolonization era. I don't really. The problem is there's no long-term way, I don't think, to stop this. Like, I'll just keep burning through prestige. The Navy will accept an independent Hainan. Because. Yes, thank you, Secretary. Because we have a lot of other colonies in the region. Improved proximity fuses, better 4-inch AA. Actually, yes, but no. Since we have Vietnam in its entirety, and we have Hong Kong and such, Hainan is kind of irrelevant now. At some point, we're going to have to try to, use our prestige to fight this decolonization process a little, but I think it's kind of inevitable in game. I could be wrong. Maybe if you have enough prestige, you can just stop it. Okay, we are piling up money, which is fine because it's going to be the fund to build Vermont-class battleships. I've also got to look at probably building 2 new super heavy battle cruisers pretty shortly. But that comes after the battleships. Working on air-to-surface missiles. Now that is a breakthrough. Thanks for watching, sailors. I hope you enjoyed. New parts will be up every other day, or you can watch live on Twitch. If you did enjoy, consider leaving a like or subscribing. Have a nice day, sailors. This is Sea Lord Janda, signing off.